Okay, so we're on week 2, for those of you who are tracking. Week 2 of this 10K thing that we're putting together. I know it's been tough. I know that it's been hard to keep track. I know that distractions come up. One of the biggest problems with doing anything in life, guess what it is? Distractions. What do you think is the next one? What's the next one? Reasons. Some people call it reasons, others call it excuses, others call it, you know what, life just happened. I don't want you to call it an excuse because that sounds negative. But if you're not where you are, there's still time. There's still time, right? This is a project, a journey. And if you make a decision to go on this journey with me, I promise you it's going to happen. What are we talking about today? We talked about water last week, right? Divide your weight in half, and that's how much water you should have in ounces. So if you're 200 pounds, you should be taking 100 ounces of water each day. Yes. If you wait till you're thirsty, then by that time your body is already dehydrated. You don't want to work out. You're dull. You're kind of like, you know what, I don't have any energy. This week, what are we going to talk about this week? Ooh, the magic of thinking big. You know, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too this, I'm too that. And people get that stuff in their heads and eventually they don't do anything. But not this group. This group is focused on doing, right? Are we? Right? Creating new habits. You know that you can change a habit in 21 days? You can do that. But you have to make the commitment to make it happen. How? Do things that are uncomfortable, even if you don't want to do them. Yes, especially if you want to take care of your body. I mean, your body, that's where you're going to live for the next, 30, 40, 50 years. Do you want to live in pain? Do you want to live in disappointment? Do you want to live second guessing yourself? You know, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, all of that stuff that we tend to do to ourselves. If you don't do what you got to do to make things happen for your body, for your health, don't blame yourself later. Just work on making that change today. I'm going to give you an example. How do you fix your credit? Bad credit is historical, right? So if you have bad credit, that's because you haven't been paying your debt. If you're not in good health, it's because you haven't been putting the right stuff in your tank. If you want to get in shape, it's because you haven't been working out. All of that stuff, right? When we start counting calories, we start tracking our food. Remember, we're still tracking our food. We're going to continue to do this until it becomes a habit. Not the tracking, but the habit of, hey, what am I putting in my body? That's the question you want to ask yourself. What am I putting in my body? For example, today I was talking about Ezekiel bread. Guess what's the magic about that bread? You know, a lot of people may not like it because it doesn't have flour. It doesn't have flour. Guess one of the most interesting things about flour is that it raises your glycemic index. Guess what that is? Your sugar levels. So, bread, the Ezekiel bread that I had today is flourless. Does it taste like white bread? You know what? I eat white bread now and I don't like it. I can't eat the white bread anymore. I prefer this one. It's a matter of get your taste buds used to it. What do? You take this bread, right? It comes frozen. You toast it. You give it a nice little toast. You make yourself a sandwich. You put in some, lettuce, tomatoes, whatever you put in your sandwich. You can make a turkey club, add your mustard and all that. Make the sandwich taste good. The problem with a sandwich is not the sandwich. The problem with the sandwich is not the bread. The problem with the sandwich is what you put in it. Don't forget, as you're counting, we're going to start adjusting for calories. So if your app told you it's 1,600 calories, we're going to start dividing that by 3 for meals and figuring out, hey, how can I not go over this? Or how can I lose weight with these number of calories? And it's called elimination of things that we shouldn't be eating. Flour is one of those. We all like the cakes, the sweets, the cookies, the this, the that. That's all made on flour. Here's the rule, and I'm going to go for the day on this one. If you can spread it thin on a table, it's not good for you. If you can spread it like a powder on a table, it's not good for you. Guess what? Flour does that. Guess what another thing is, and I'm not going to give you that for homework. Guess what's another product that does that? Where you spread it as a table and it spreads out like a thin powder. Guess what it is? We're going to talk about that later. Okay, so tracking your meals, keep drinking your water, and flour. All right, white flour. Danger zone. Look it up. Read about it. This is your homework for this week. Look up white flour. Is it good for you? Do you want to put that in your tank? Is that something you want to put in? You're going to have to ask yourself these things. Can you put it once in a while? Of course, you could do it once in a while. But we're going to start trading things here. We're going to start trading. Like instead of flour bread, flourless bread. You know, why not? All right, let's talk later about this. Keep tracking your meals. Remember, keep tracking your meals. Have your water, your steps. If you're not doing 10,000 steps, you need to get on it now, right away. 10,000 steps. All right, that's the beginning of everything. 10,000 steps.